boys and girls, this is your gamer girl Jessi. Welcome back to the channel. So there will be a lot of rebranding that's going to happen starting today. So if you notice anything different with the channel, well, that is it starting already. Alright, so this video is about the free player's path to Primo-grinding. So Genshin Impact is a grindy game. You have to farm and grind it like every day to make them stronger and so that you get enough Primo gems to get the character that you want. Not a character, but the character. And we all know how games rich in grinding works. You have to put your heart and soul into it to strengthen your characters. This already sounds like it's all hard work, but it doesn't end there really. To top it off, Genshin Impact also has a gacha system, which means that you don't just earn Primo gems and then click buy and exchange these for the character that you want. No, that's not how it works. The gacha system is where the game has a roster of characters that you may have a chance of acquiring by purchasing a means to wish, pull, or roll. I've played games like these before Genshin Impact, and let me tell you, even if you know that this is a way to get money out of you, you'd risk it just so you'd get the character that you want. So going back to the topic, Genshin Impact has a gacha system, and the way for you to acquire new characters is if you earn enough Primo gems, which is your in-game currency, to roll. An intertwined or a quaint fate costs you 160 Primo gems in total. But hold up, it's not just achieving the single amount of wish here. You can't just earn 160 Primo gems and then roll, no, that's not how it works. You wouldn't want to risk rolling every time you get 160 Primo gems, no sir. You'd have to earn 1,600 Primo gems to get a guaranteed 4-star character or weapon. You are aware of the roster having 3-star weapons in the pile, and Primo gems are not easy to come by. So to cut this short, you want to always have a guarantee you'll get a worthy character on your roll, thus earning for 10 wishes is best. This has been a very long introduction, but basically this video is about my Primo grinding journey with this game. Everyone's already posted tutorials and walkthroughs, best builds this, team comps that, and hey, I can't compete with the pros. I just started, so I'll do what I do best, documenting what I do. So there's a line between earning Primo gems and buying them. Not everyone can afford to buy Primo gems. For many reasons I won't list down because that's not what this video is about. Basically, I'm one of those players who grind for Primo gems for the sake that I don't spend a dime to purchase Primo gems, which is obviously what we're baited to do with the gacha system in the first place. Not that I'm against it, it's only business. There are two reasons why I was converted to a committed Primo gem hunter. One is because I want a pyro character that isn't Amber or Shangling. No offense to them. I've gotten a lot of cryo characters but never a pyro, which was a bummer on my part. And second, I got a character I unexpectedly loved, so I wanted to make her stronger while her banner is up. I went down the road of obsession for Primo gems, and I'm sure there are blogs and videos on how and where to get the Primo gems already, but I'll still talk about them here anyways. Now, to tell you the truth, I am the type of person who takes math seriously in a situation like this. There are many utility browser planners and free applications for you to list down the character and weapon materials needed for Ascension, and to acquire them is not easy. Let me use Ayaka for example, grinding with mathematical help. So for Ayaka's Ascension materials, level 60 to level 70, that's my current level with her, I need to gather 3 pieces of Shibata Jade Chunk, 30 pieces of Sakura Bloom, 8 pieces of Perpetual Heart, and 18 pieces of Kageuchi Handguard. So, well, this is what it looks like in my notes. So I get 3 pieces of Shibata Jade Chunk, which I'll put notes like I can get this from Cryo Regis Vince, and I need to spend about 80 resin for me to approximately get the 3 pieces of Shibata Jade Junk. This is also craftable, but for emergency purposes that I don't have something to craft, I will need to spend about 80 resin for this. Now, for example, there's 30 pieces of this, which I did not put any notes, so I just have to randomly find it while exploring it as well. Or just like farming for it in general. But then there's also Perpetual Heart, which I need 8 pieces of it. In the category, whenever you find it, you get at least 2 Perpetual Hearts, so that means there's a total of 160 resin needed. And then there's also Domain for Ayaka's Talents, which I have to reserve at least 100 to 160 resin for repeated domain gameplay, which is good for my BP or my battle pass for a weekly completion. So as you can see, this is really complicated, and I've just turned everything into some sort of math problem. You see how mathematics is involved now? This is what grinding did to me. So I can't believe that I actually did that. So now the whole point of all this is because I have to set up a schedule and a daily routine for me to utilize the activities offered by the game, and of course the resins, which takes up to 8 minutes to load a single resin. We need about 20 to do domains or lines and about 40 to do bosses. Wait, I thought this was about Primo-grinding. I've just been showing you an example of the calculations I've been doing for the past 2 weeks. And also it was thanks to my friend who introduced this game to me that I was able to take on big bosses and higher level domains to get more materials and artifacts. So going back to Primo Gems. Grinding Primo Gems is very crucial for me the past few weeks because the character I told you I really love, Kamisato Ayaka, has a banner that is going to end in 6 days, and I want to reach at least Constellation 2 while she's there. Now how exactly do I grind for Primos? Desperation has come! As listed in many reliable sources already, there are many places, activities, in-game or externally that you can use or do to acquire Primo Gems. While others are on an event basis and not something you can do in your own power, there is something that you can do yourself. So that's the one I'm going to list down. So first of all, I finish all of the quests, no matter what quest it is. Every Primo it can give is a Primo for buying a fate. So side quests, world quests, no matter how hard the quest is, no matter what kind of Primo rewards that is, I just take them on. Like really, I'm gonna. Sometimes I also go for treasure hunting and silly chasing because they provide you with Primo Gems from 2 Primo Gems to 5 Primo Gems, and if the treasure is really big, then you get about 10 Primo Gems. Again, every Primo counts to build that solid 1,600. So basically, if exploration of treasures and stuff is what's gonna take to build that, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna explore the map. So there are also shrines. In these shrines, I get to unlock a very, very big treasure that gives us a surety of 10 Primo Gems. But I need keys, of course, so I grind for those keys as well. So one of the most important supply of Primo Gems is commissions. So as much as possible, I try to play shortly for a day to complete these commissions, which will provide us a surefire of 60 Primo Gems daily. Now that is like the biggest Primo Gem farming that you'll get for sure in a day. And then there's also achievements. They provide you with Primo Gems from 5 to 20 depending on the achievement itself. Then there's also Dragon Spine and Sakura Tree. I don't remember what to call the Dragon Spine tree. So this is where you can get rewards like Primos or the Fate itself. If you offer enough a Gate and Electro Sigil to them, then of course you will get those rewards. And of course I'd buy 2. This is more on exploration really, so I just set a schedule when I'm free to spend a lot of time to explore before I go into this method of Primo grinding. So yes, that's right, I just hunt for Primo Gems. I also do a lot of grinding for Intertwined and Acquired Fate themselves, which is of course, it's more difficult and more rare to gather compared to Primo Gems, which again leaves us to 2 more options that I consider when I grind for a wish. And as grindy as it sounds, the Battle Pass option provides you with daily, weekly, and period tasks, which this one has a more motivational type of rewards that I'd go for. I aim for Fragile Resin and Acquaint Fate mostly, but Hero's Wit and the large sum of Mora is enough to compensate for the effort, like compared to the daily check-ins cheap rewards. Every day I fulfill the daily missions because there is a total of 645 points for sure already, so I have to complete 1000 experience to level up my BP and get the rewards. Good thing is that it is consistent of 1000, but there is a weekly limit of 10,000 XP. So if that is full for the week, it's sad that the next mission accomplishments will not count. So plan the period tasks wisely because they are huge. So here is also a cheat that I've discovered. I can do 15 domains without having to spend resin. So I can complete 15 for the week without having to without having to use up any resins. But the downside is that instead of claiming the rewards, I have to leave the domain without claiming the rewards. So it's like more on effort on your side for that part. Sometimes I also join my friend on a co-op. She'll do domains. She'll be the one to claim rewards, and I'll be the one to leave the domain without the rewards. Sometimes it's me who takes the rewards, and she's the one who leaves the domain. It depends. So my last option is to ascend characters. When you ascend characters, you get an Acquaint Fate as well. So this is not a recommended route because you are about to use up your hard-earned resources to ascend a single character, and the role may not even be worth it. So I only do this when I really have plans to strengthen the character that I'm going to ascend. final thoughts on Primo-grinding. So, wow, you've seen a lot of math involved here. I tried to lessen the computation so this video wouldn't sound like a mathematical list of problem solving, but this is the life of a player who wants to earn Primo gems for free. It's tough and it's like a daily chore as it goes on, but as long as I play it with my friend, I don't get bored. Together we explore Teyvat, fight bosses together, explore the dangerous islands of Inazuma together, do co-op hidden activities, hunt Oculus together, solve super hard puzzles together, and do events together, do crazy photo shoots in the pots, and go back to spending our resin once it's loaded. So this is what makes the grinding all worth it, co-op. It's what made this infuriatingly grindy game worth the time. I do hope they prepare more co-op activities in the future, and if there are events, it'd be preferably to be done in co-op than playing it as a lone wolf. Grinding alone would be a bore to me, and I would have dropped this game if it wasn't for me being able to play with my friend. And that concludes my Primo grinding path. I plan to keep doing it until Ayaka's banner finishes, and then hopefully I walk a new path afterwards. Thank you very much guys for watching. Goodbye.